1B. We're just continuing our tangent lines from yesterday. And so we're just going to pick up with a theorem first of all. This is the one that I named for you yesterday, but I just thought I would name it again so that it's fresh in your head, because this is more the theorem that you're using today. So this is the converse. This is written on your notes yesterday, so just a heads up. It says, if a line in the plane of a circle is perpendicular to the radius at the endpoint on the circle, then the line is tangent, okay? So if they're perpendicular, they are tangent, which is what you're going to be using today. They're going to ask you questions like this. Is ML, so is this segment, tangent to the circle? Well, in order for it to be tangent, it has to be perpendicular. And how do we check if it's perpendicular? If you look at this, if this is going to be a right triangle, then it's perpendicular, right? And how do we tell if a triangle is a right triangle? Well, in order for it to be a right triangle, the Pythagorean theorem has to work. So what you're going to do, and again, here's another situation where it's super helpful to know your Pythagorean triples, because I know that 7, 24, 25 is a triple. So I know this is perpendicular without having to do any work. But if you don't know your triples, you're going to plug in 7 squared plus 24 squared and see, does it equal 25 squared? And then you just plug it in. So 7 squared plus 24 squared is 625, and 25 squared is 625. So they are equal. So we would say yes, because the Pythagorean theorem works out. Okay, that means it's going to be perpendicular, because then we would have a right triangle. Okay. Okay, so this one is BC tangent to the circle. So is this tangent? And you cannot just say, yep, looks like it hits in one place. That doesn't cut it, because one point or 2 points is like so very close to the same. So you have to prove it with the Pythagorean theorem. So you're going to say, well, is 5 squared plus 8 squared equal to 9 squared, right? 9 being this whole side here. So 5, 8, and 9. Well, if you plug it in, 5 squared plus 8 squared is 89. 9 squared is 81. Those are not equal. So if they're not equal, then we would say these are not tangent. Okay, the Pythagorean theorem does not work in this situation, so your answer would be no. Okay. Okay, then we have theorem 12.3, and theorem 12.3 says this: if two tangent segments to a circle share a common endpoint outside the circle, then the two segments are congruent. So what they're saying is, if I have a point of tangency here and a point of tangency here, and we draw two lines in that meet up at a point out here, the distance to the circle is going to be the same for both of them. So this length is going to be the same as that length. I love this one. I don't know why I love it so much, but I do. I just love this idea, this set of problems. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at a couple problems like this. This says circle O is inscribed in triangle ABC. When they say inscribed in, it means it hits perfectly on every line. So in other words, every side is tangent to the circle. Okay, that's what they're saying when they say it is inscribed. The question is, what is the perimeter of the triangle? Well, what we learned in that last theorem is that if there's a point, the distance to the point of tangency and the distance to the point of tangency is the same. So if this length AD is 10, then AF is 10 also. Okay, move to a new one. If this length here is 8, then this length here is 8 also. And then the last one, if this is a length of 15, then this is a length of 15 also. So if we want to find the perimeter, we're just going to add all those up. So there's 2 10s plus 2 15s plus 2/8, and that will give us our perimeter. So 20 plus 30 plus 16, or 66 centimeters for our perimeter. Okay, so you're just adding them all up if they're asking you to find a perimeter. Okay, example 4. It says the circle is inscribed again, so we have 3 points of tangency, point of tangency there, point of tangency there, point of tangency there, which the triangle has a perimeter of 88. So now they told us the perimeter, and they want to know what is this length, QY. Okay, I'm going to call it A for now. So let's think about what we know. I know PX is 15. So what else is 15? PZ, right? They meet at a point outside the circle. Okay, I know that ZR is 17. So I know that YR is also 17. And then I know that QY, this length here, is A. So QX is also going to be A. We don't know what A is, but we still only have one variable. So here's what we're going to do. 2A plus 30 plus 34 should equal what? Now, if you read the directions well, you see the perimeter is 88. So we set that equal to 88. So this is going to be 2A plus 64 equals 88. And then we're going to take away the 64. So we get 24 equals 2A. And then we're going to divide by 2. So our A value should be 12. Okay, so what is the length of QY? We would say QY is 12 centimeters. Okay, and label that. Well, I didn't name it, QY. All right. Okay, now this one can be a little bit tricky. I'm going to talk you through it and see if we can make it make sense here. This says find the perimeter of the quadrilateral. And I'll tell you right now that people see this and they go, oh, that's 8, so this is 8. And then they add that all up. And that is wrong nearly every time unless it happens to work out that they're the same length. But they don't need to be the same length, okay? Here's what we have. A length of 8 here means a length of 8 here, right? They meet at a point outside. Those are both a length of 8. Now, if that piece of it is 8, then this other piece of it, we would know has to be what? That would be 5, right? Because the whole thing is 13. So 8 and 5 is going to give you 13, which means this piece is also 5. Okay, now you do it with this side. I know the whole side is 11. If that whole side is 11, then this piece of it has to be 6, right? To add up to 11, 6 and 5. So that means this piece of it is also 6. And if this is 6, now we go to our last little piece here. This piece of it would be how big? Well, I know the whole thing is 13. 13 minus 6 leaves me with 7. And if that is the same as this, then that length has to be 7 as well. So you have to work your way all the way around the figure to find that one. It's not going to just be the same as the guy right next to it, okay? So if I want to find the perimeter, our perimeter is going to be, and when this one, I typically on this one, I just take what they gave me. So instead of using these two, I just use this one. Just make sure you don't use both, okay? Use one or the other. Don't use both. So I would go 13 plus 11. I would not use those individually. Plus 13 plus, and then I would say this side is 15 together, and then add that together. So 13 plus 11 plus 13 plus 15 is 52. Okay, so the perimeter of this quadrilateral with the circle inscribed in it would be 52 inches. And that is your 12-1B.